Hey again, guys. I hope you're all doing well. These are crazy times. But to kind of recap, we've been talking about kind of the lift of the psoas up the front of the spine and the lift of the glutes up the back of the spine in a way that would take you out of any tuck and allow the legs to fall in a way that feels very below the pelvis instead of slightly in front of the pelvis, so that you just arrive kind of at your tallest self without having to stretch or play tug of war with yourself at all. And then I'm just beginning to feel how that glute lift up our backs becomes such a strong power for us. And where I know I've been seeing some of my students and clients struggle, for instance, in a more advanced level of reformer, is for getting back on to the reformer after control arabesque, right? And high frog. How do we start really developing the back power organized from the pelvis to the feet and all the way up to the shoulder girdle in a continuous conversation from what we've been talking about, right? So just kind of taking the next layer or part of our body muscularly and looking at the lat, right? And what I kind of want you to realize is that this diagonal, and some of you who've done things like anatomy trains or whatever probably see this quite clearly, this lat diagonal actually comes right up from the glute. So if you look, let's look at this one, at the glute, and you can imagine it continuing across the sacrum right up the other side of the body, right? So it just crisscrosses across the sacrum. And how could we, with our awareness of the glute energy going up, actually feel it just become your back support? And at any given time, of course, you're still finding your deep psoas and your exhale transverses, all your abdominals, right? But we have to come out of that tuck so we can feel the glute lift and then continue the glute lift up the back. You're not arching because you're maintaining the front, but you are beginning to feel maybe a stronger support from the pelvis up the spine out into the shoulders, so that we can begin to do some of that more difficult upside down work, but also just even something like tendon stretch, or every single exercise really. You could feel it in your leg springs, you could feel it in your knee stretches, you could just feel it in footwork right away. You know, that just becomes a piece of your upright organization, and it's a continuous flow right up your back into a nice uplifted neck and a really open chest and lung area for breathing. So let me know. I've been enjoying reading some of your comments, and just on this kind of constant exploration of how to explain uprightness, explain posture, explain a better organization of the structure that we do Pilates exercises in. So we're not building bad habits. We're always just trying to unfurl the body into its fullest openness and then build strength and movement capability there. Okay? And I'll see you next week.